How on earth do you put posts for a post frame building up by yourself? That was a question that I had a hard time finding when I was doing my research, and I think I've come up with a good solution. That being said, it's probably not very smart for you to do this. It's not safe. I'm not an engineer. Try it at your own risk. If you hurt yourself, it's your own fault. It's imperative that you make sure that all of the products that you use can handle the weights that you are putting on them. I highly recommend not going on Amazon and finding whatever you can. Certainly buy name brand products that you trust. Like I said, try it at your own risk. Okay, so let's take a look at what we have here. Here is the system that I'm using to lift my poles up. Now, there's a lot of forces to account for, so let's kind of review what we are doing here. So first, we have our lifting post right here. That is a 4x4 post. It's 14 feet long. I'm only doing about a 10-foot eave height on this building, so it's pretty simple. We did also do a 20-foot post with this method. I did have 2 people for that. It's nice to have someone that can at least spot for you in those situations. But let's go ahead with what we got here. So we've got the scaffolding here, which is basically just serving the purpose for us to erect our lifting post here for. And we tie that off there. When we're actually lifting, no weight goes on the scaffolding. All of that weight is transferred down to the ground here and then transferred off to these chains, which are fastened to my brackets here, as you can see, using a shackle. And this is all grade 70 chain, 50-foot lengths. You'll have to calculate how much you need for your project. So we have one chain that's wrapped around the top here that goes down to either side. That keeps it from tilting this way and this way. We have one chain going back here, which is the primary one that takes the lifting force here. So that's gonna be what takes most of the force to pull it up to the top. And then to keep it from falling backwards, it's not a ton. There's not a ton that's keeping it from going this way. But when you do get your post up here, when it's actually erect, the amount of force that it has to move back this way is not very much. So this is I believe is enough to keep it from doing that. However, like I said, I'm not an engineer and I don't know what I'm doing. So take it at your own risk. Now, with that, I'm making sure to keep this post as close as I can to the bracket so that way it stops it from falling backwards quickly. Now, so we got the lifting post all locked down. Now we have these ratchet straps here that keep the post from drifting side to side. So those are all linked here with a D-ring onto those chains that are running down side to side here. So that keeps it from drifting like this. So if you have wind or anything like that, that can really help. These posts are pretty light, so I think all I really need is 1 pulley each. I do have a second one, but we were having some issues with that kind of getting knotted yesterday. So I guess use the least amount of stuff that you need. It'll be easier. With that, oh yeah, so let's talk about what's up here. Okay, so now for lifting itself, we've got 2 of these things, one on either side, and we've got the chains fastened in here. That way, those chains not gonna go anywhere. These are fastened here and they're staying there. We're using some structural screws, heavy duty GRK stuff. They're heavy duty when they're individually wrapped, and they cost $1 a piece. So definitely save those. Now I've got a Kevlar strap here that is wrapped around the back, goes around here, comes up and over the top, and then comes down here, and this is where we have the pulley mounted to. Originally I wanted to attach this onto these Kevlar straps directly, but unfortunately this clasp here just couldn't fit that, and when I ordered them online I couldn't see how big all this stuff was. So if you can find pulleys that are bigger than these are the Kleins from Home Depot. If you can find them that are bigger than these, I highly recommend doing that. These are pretty small. But yeah, the pulleys I just found are very difficult to find. So what I ended up doing is using some ratchet straps here. Each one strand has a 700-pound lifting capacity. So I tripled that up just because it's even one strap would probably be enough, but I just like overdoing it if I can. Yeah, so you look up here, this keeps everything, these edges here keep this from coming up, and this one here, you can see it kind of gives it a nice little seat for these to not slide around in. So every time you do a lift, make sure you come up here, test these boards, overdo the fasteners, make sure everything is staying safe. If you do not fasten this properly, that's going to be a bad time for you. So do things slowly, stay out of danger. One other thing I forgot to mention is that you will have to adjust these straps as you lift them up. You'll start to get more slack. So in order to do that, I highly recommend getting one of these climbing ascenders just to help you grip the rope. And it has a side benefit that when you do need to adjust something and basically need someone to hold the rope for you, you can just pull it down and loop it inside of there. I did some screws. That is definitely not ideal. The actual thing that I have, I ended up getting a boat cleat, and I'll be mounting that to the side here. Since these are lighter posts, I'm not really too worried about it, but I definitely want something, I definitely want to get my boat cleats in for when I'm doing the heavy stuff. So that works out pretty good. That's it for the design. It's not super complicated. It does take a little while to set up and tear down, but if you need to do something by yourself, this might be a good option for you. Like I said, I'm not an engineer and I don't know what I'm doing. All right, so post is up now. As you can see, once I get the post up, I like to put this ratchet strap right here just to keep everything from moving around too much. One of the other cool things is that you can move it side to side by tightening these ones here. So as you're getting your first adjustments in, that's a good way to adjust that. Okay, everybody, that's it for this week. As always, if this was helpful to you or entertaining, please hit that thumbs up button. If we've helped you out at all in any way, we would really love to hear about it. Please leave a comment down in the descriptions. It really helps us stay motivated when things get challenging during the week. If you're interested in post framing, light homesteading, or just living a thrifty life to the max, then go ahead and hit that subscribe and the notification bell so you don't miss any videos in the future. Also, Whitney just got an Instagram account, so if that's your jam, go ahead and follow us there. I'll leave the link down in the description. So with all that, I'll see you guys next time.